Chapter 7-6, systems of linear inequalities. It's just a combination. It's basically like you have two problems from chapter 7-5 on the same graph, and you're seeing where they overlap each other. So the steps are graph your first line, remember the solid dashed stuff, remember the shade above or below, graph and shade the second line, same thing, and then you're going to shade really dark where they overlap each other. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Y is greater than 2x minus 5, and 3x plus 4y is less than 12. So we'll do, both lines will shade in black. We'll do the first one in green, second one in blue, and then we'll shade where they overlap in red. But on your pencil, or with your pencil, I would shade really lightly and then really dark where they overlap. So the first inequality, y is greater than 2x minus 5. You would start at the y-intercept, -5. And then our slope is 2, which is 2 over 1. So from that dot, you would go up 2 over 1. You can do that a few times, up 2 over 1. We said that is a dotted line. Fun, very fun. Oh, look at us, just having fun. And it's greater than, so we're going to shade above. So here's how I'm going to do it on the board. But again, you can shade all that stuff pretty lightly. But for the board purposes, because I can't shade up here, okay, you're throwing shade at me now? Are you throwing shade at me? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go like this. And that'll mean that everything above this line is currently shaded. So now the second line, 3x plus 4y is less than 12. We're going to have to manipulate that inequality a little bit. So the 3x, it's got to go to the other side. How do we move it? Remember, you're either adding it or subtracting it. To eliminate 3x, you would subtract 3x. So that's how we're going to get it to the other side. So we'll have 4y is less than -3x on the other side. Ooh! And then we have to divide by the 4. So we're going to divide everything by 4. Our new inequality for that, remember, simplify the fraction if you can. -3/4 you can't simplify anymore, so that's fine. -3/4 x. And then 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we're starting at +3. 1, 2, 3. And then we use our slope, -3 over 4. So we're going to go down 3 to the right 4 to make our next dot. We do it a few. Down 3 over 4. This is also a dashed line, or a dotted line, whatever you want to refer to it as. I'll know what you're talking about. And then it's less than, so you got to shade everything below. So below that line would be all of this stuff. And then, like I said, you're going to shade really dark where they overlap each other. It kind of divides the graph into 4 sections. One section is going to be shaded by both of them. So that would be this left section over here. So this would be with your pencil where you would shade really dark. These are the only coordinates, and remember this graph does go on forever, but these shaded coordinates are the only things that when you sub them into both inequalities, they both work out. So like if you needed an example, we could say, oh, this coordinate right here is -5, 0. If you substitute in -5 for x and 0 for y in both inequalities, it will work. Other points that aren't double shaded would not work for both. That's it. That's all we're doing today. Let's try some more. Huh? It'll be fun.